Hello, everyone. My long-time readers might know of my interest in philanthropy. And my last public project was a few years ago now, when I helped with fundraising to provide sight-restoring cataract surgery for a few dozen indigent folks in Nigeria. I'd always wanted to continue with similar projects, but I have been quite bereft of the flexibility to monitor progress. So these constraints had led me to a new fund, seed stage, angel investing style philanthropy that I called the Mary Babatola Bifani Grant, MBB Grants for short. I have named it in honor of my late grandmother, and she was a nurse who had great impact on people around her. And my mom was about my age in the 50s, and I thought that to myself, what would my mom do if she was in my shoes today with all the enabling technologies to communicate and connect? I think she would do something like the MBB Grant, and that was partly the reason why I started. So here are the winners of the 2021 applications for the MBB Grant. Okay, so Ibrahim, nice to finally meet you. So you have been selected as one of the winners for the MBB Grants, and I very much enjoyed reading your application. It was actually quite nice. So can you just tell me, or tell people who are listening, what's your project about?
So, okay, thanks for the question. So my project is about the idea about digitizing local markets in Africa. So from the title, it's like check order, and what it means is like you can check local markets in your vicinity. And what you want to check for? You want to check for prices of things as they happen in the market. So basically, what happens? So there's this old saying from African saying that what happens in the market stays in the market. But what I'm trying to do, check order, is the fact that, for example, daily prices of goods and services as they happen in local markets will be stored and made available in check order, such that anybody staying at the confinement of their room can actually check and see real-time prices of goods and services as they happen in local market across Africa. Then with that, other systems of integration can be integrated into that, like delivery system, e-commerce system, payment systems, and the likes. So at the core of it, that is check order.
Okay, so thank you. That's such a concise answer, and I think that actually did justice to it. So, do you mind saying what inspired you to actually work on this project? What inspired you?
For me, I'm an innovator. So anytime I witness a problem, I just feel like this shouldn't be there in the first place. And who else is solving it? If nobody's solving it, why are they not solving it? And I just pick it as a project. So for me, my parents are into agriculture. My dad is an agricultural expert. So agriculture is like a way of life. So I studied engineering in school. That's how they tutored us through engineering. So for money with agriculture. So anytime I come home to collect money, I experience problems like we want to sell something, we don't know how much we're going to sell it, we don't know what the price is, we don't even know where to sell, we don't even know where to sell. Those that sold last week didn't even know how much they sold it for. So problems like that are things that we encounter, and I used to tell them, this thing will be solved this way, this thing will be solved that way. So over time, I picked it up as a side project, and I started working on it. So I think around 2021, basically, around October or so. So I just wanted to give it a shot because I've talked about it being an idea that would make a lot of impact. So I started working on it personally, and then that's what got me to this point.
Okay.
So there's something I want to chip in also.
Please go ahead.
Because I've been thinking a lot about Nigerians and what does that mean. So I'm thinking like, okay, if I create a platform and there are tables everywhere, analytics everywhere, how does that benefit somebody that's not even schooled at all, that cannot even interpret the implication of mean, median, or for example, mode? So it's not all just about creating it. I need to like integrate it such that local people can actually see the importance of analytics, for example. So one of the ways I'm thinking about is like I'm thinking about creating a bot, which is going to be an extended part of what I'm trying to create. Aside the database where you see the prices, you can check your own local market. Okay, I'm in Mushin. This is a market in Mushin. I can check. I can decide to say, okay, I'm going to Mushin or I'm going to my 12 market based on that. But what I'm trying to do, aside from the database and the data bank, is to create another layer of integration that allows local people, uneducated people, to be able to access that particular data. So what I'm trying to do is to create a bot. So in that particular bot, with your voice note, you actually ask questions. For example, how much is this particular product in the market? And you can get a response in your local language. For example, English and Yoruba. So in that way, you don't need to go and search for tables. You don't need to interpret what is what. That you can, people can actually get that kind of information to their advantage.
That's great. So can you just say very briefly what your project is about? I mean, just for the people who are listening in.
Okay, the project is about cancer patients, experiences of living with cancer, their needs, their challenges with the disease at different stage of the disease, then knowing their quality of life. I've been working I work in a surgical ward where we manage cancer patients. And for some years now I've been there and caring for these patients. We know that they have a lot of problems that affect their quality of life. And I've been thinking ever before I started my master's program that how can we improve the quality of life of this patient? Because when you see them, it's as if their life has come to an end. They look rejected, hopeless, and though it's not easy to have a terminal illness, but even with that, cancer is not the only chronic illness around. But as if once patients are diagnosed, they see it as the end of life, even their relatives. So I'm thinking that
Okay, so nice to meet you, Olamide, and Olamide is representing Project Give, and they have been selected as one of the winners for the MBB Grants. So do you mind telling us, Olamide, about your project?
Okay, thank you very much. First off, thank you very much for the opportunity. We're really grateful. As you would imagine, it's the first that we're getting, so it just shows that indeed we're doing something great, and then we're very, very, very excited about it. But to answer your question, yes, Project Give started exactly about a year ago, operationally about a year ago. But before then, there's been a problem that we've been willing or longing to solve. And the problem really is that essentially we believe that people are good people. Every individual is a good person. And the reason they have not been able to, exhibit this quote goodness or good nature of theirs is because they are tied down by logistic issues. How do I give? Who do I give? How do I find it? How do I even confirm this that I want to give is worth it, right? And that's the issue that we wanted to solve. But there's a background story to it. So it's a personal story, and it's why I'm very excited to carry the flag of Project Give. So I'd lost my mom 2017 December, and of course we're all boys. And because we're all boys, there's nothing of a outfit or accessories that we could inherit, right? And we're not married, so none of those things were due for us, right? And then my aunt insisted that we kept these things because they were supposed to be ours by right. And then day by day, we kept watching these things rot, and we're like, okay, these things are not in use at the moment. Can we just give them out? Then there was the problem. We're all busy professionals, my brothers and I, so there was no way we could give them out. There was no how we could. And then we thought, okay, if we are having an issue with this. It's very likely that people also have issues like this, having things to give out but not knowing how to or who to give it to. So we thought to do a research, and then we found out that indeed it actually is the same problem, especially in Lagos, that is quite populated and everybody's pretty much busy going about their daily activities. But so we thought to ask. So we asked several questions, including why would you give if you have to? What are the challenges? How often would you like to give if you could? And things like that. So based off the insight that we got, we realized that there needs to be a platform that makes this concept of charitable giving interesting and easy. Then we thought to leverage technology, because of course, if you have to think sustainably, you have to think technology, right? So we thought to leverage the power of technology, and then we built an app and a website where people can easily go onto and then indicate what they want to give, who they want to give, and exactly when they want us to come pick it up. So what we do is we have to partner with the Association of Home Owners in Nigeria, and then we listed quite a number of homes on our platform and asked them exactly what it is that they need. People can donate directly. And then so far, it's been a very exciting experience. In last year alone, when we started, we got well over 2,100 items, and we donated to over 10 homes, including Little Saints Orphanage, Compassionate Art, and quite a number of them. We are quite delighted about the feedback that we've gotten so far, and we really do hope to do more. And of course, with support from the grants, who are very, very well positioned for even a bigger impact in 2022.